each day goes by, you're now have narrowed it to that person. You're not, because the boxes are being checked. And then finally get to the end of the process, and you find out the end doesn't include you. Yeah. So you've got just easy to use a number 10. You've checked 9 of the boxes. The 10th one is getting the signature and getting it done, and you don't get that one done. Well, now you've got to sit back and go, okay, now let's recalibrate. Let's see what is in the pool and what's available. National Letter of Intent Day came and went. Penn State ended up with 2 signees for a program that has, in recent years, traditionally been between 8 and 15 in the recruiting rankings. So we'll say an average of 11 or 12, right? To have that happen. And you know what the weird thing is? They're both 4-star players.
Uh-huh.
And they have more 4-star signees than Pitt or Rutgers. It's like they have 2
Nebraska's
guys.
pretty low down there, too.
That's 2 guys.
Yeah.
But those 2, whether they play or not, I have no idea.
Sure.
Right? Because we'll have to find out how everything fits. Will forever be heroes to the Penn State fans, because in this time of absolute uncertainty, they still said Penn State, and the fans will love them forever for it, and justifiably so. And the say you are able to sign somebody who's currently a head coach. Let me answer this question for you. People have wondered with the transfer portal. Look, all the poaching's going on right now.
Sure.
I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest about it. I mean, the poaching's been going
on in season.
Okay, the poaching's been going on for weeks.
Absolutely.
I mean, they don't have to directly say you're the athlete.
Uh-huh.
God, that's a stretch.
In my high school days, I was. Now it's very much a stretch.
You do know the pictures they show of you in high school with your shirt off are photoshopped, right?
That I had nothing to do with that.
Just want to make sure. Right. But say you're the athlete, okay, and say, because today you're allowed to have agents.
Mm-hmm.
They could get a hold of your parents. They could get a hold of your high school coach.
Absolutely.
They can get a hold of me. Okay, so the poaching has been going on for weeks. You're not allowed to enter the portal until January 2. Okay, so we already know the poaching has been going on for weeks.
Absolutely.
When it comes to this roster. Whether they're able to pull it off is going to depend on who is the head coach, because that head coach would then get a chance to sit down along with a staff and talk to them and say, hey, look, this is where you fit in. Here's why. And by the way, let's talk money. Okay? You have time to still do that. Now, what about those that signed yesterday? Say, for example, you get an existing head coach with another program. Those recruits signed with that program. But believe it or not, they are eligible to put their names into the transfer portal on January 2nd. Okay? I mean, I'm just telling everybody.
Absolutely.
I mean, in other words, this is under the category of like at least giving some information here. Okay, and I think that's something. Now, I have no idea if it is, no idea. All right. I do know that, that I mean, there's a lot going on. So it's like,
Sure.
I believe that one of the individuals, I know Jeremy Scott's been around this. Jeremy was supposed to be on the show tonight. He's not going to be now. Okay. I don't know who's replacing him. So, yeah. But they, look, let's just let it play out, because I think whatever's going to happen is going to happen here in a short period of time.
It has to.
Right.
And it absolutely has to.
It's going to happen here in a short period of time. I mean, I had said when the day after James was relieved of his duties. So we come on the Monday show, and I said then that November 30th was the target date.
Sure.
Now, that's not me being mystical. That's not me being getting inside information. It has nothing to do with that. That was just a common sense statement that the regular season ends on the 29th of November.
And yet signing
thus
day,
November
Wednesday
30th.
Yeah.
Right? And they seemed like that's what they had. Okay? That's what they had. They had a November 30th, December 1st, right around there. And then at the last second, right, after checking 9 boxes, box 10, okay, come on, here it is, the last part where, okay, the other 9 are there, and they didn't get it. And so now the regular season's now over for everybody. Okay, the regular season's now over for everybody. You do have, starting tomorrow, you'll have conference championship games. There are 2 of them tomorrow, as a matter of fact. But you're talking about a total of 7 games being played this weekend. That's it. Everybody else is done. And this is where, this is where we are. And there are also certain coaches along the way that, by the way, don't want to talk to anybody during the regular season. Period. It's like the free agent in baseball. It says, "Hey, I don't want to, I don't want to talk about my contract until the end of the season."
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right. I mean, there's some people that don't want to have conversations in the season. That now, with the regular season over, their policy has always been they want to, okay, I'll listen.
Yeah. And
a week ago, I wouldn't have listened because we're playing games.
Sure. And the way the Lane Kiffin situation was handled by all parties involved, it's going to make that even more likely now. That you're not going to have coaches talking until their entire season is done. And whether that's regular season or playoff. You look at how that went down. That was, I don't want to say it was fully ugly. I think you knew things were coming, but it's still, and I think both parties made the right move, but it's still a spot there where, as a coach, you're looking at that on the outside saying, I don't want that to be me.
Right. So, everybody, look, there's been a reset because, again, the last 10 days before all this, they had zeroed in on the person because they were getting the positive, check that box. Okay, boom. Hey, we talked with them, check that box. Boom, boom. Okay, check that. Everything was going exactly the way they hoped it would go until the last stage. So now you've got to sit back and you had to, okay, let's reset the board and then go from there. Okay. And now we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah.
It's got to play out here shortly.
It has to.
And the reason it has
no
to
question.
play out, shortly is that you've now got to have somebody in place, whether it's Terry, who's there right now, and I think would do a great job.
Sure.
Okay. Or somebody else, because now you've got to be able to start moving forward.
Yeah.
And instead of right now being in neutral.
Yeah. Yeah. And everybody's got to be on the same page with the person that they are going to bring in, whether it's Terry or whether it's somebody else.
Right.
That is where, you are at the point now where if you're going to question things, you better do it real quick, because you're at the point now where it's getting tight, and absolutely, everybody has got to be on board and everybody's got to be on the same page, because that's going to make the transition when it happens. Hopefully, I think will be very soon too, a lot more smooth.
Right. I think once somebody is hired and things start to settle down, I think everybody's going to feel a lot better.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then we'll see how it starts playing out. But that's the way it is. I mean, we can go round and round on this, but it gets to be counterproductive on it. I mean, because I'm letting them play it out, and again keeping my opinions on who, what, why, or what I know out of it, because again, as the play-by-play person, you can't do that. That is
absolutely
to me that's ethically wrong. Thanks for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones. Catch the latest from me on the 7 Mountain Sports YouTube page. Find clips of the show on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook by searching up 7 Mountain Sports.